I was just sitting here listening to this Lamb. She said they trying to hurt something that the Holy Spirit dwells in. That's exactly right. That's what I've been trying to tell folks. You can't, to the people that was trying to reach me a while back, a long time ago, or a couple of years ago, or a year ago. As soon as the people got you to cheat, sleep with the enemy. If you watch that Omega Code show, all the devil got to do, or Satan got to do, is shake your hand, give you a kiss, and y'all in the bed with him. You wasn't gonna get to me. You wasn't gonna get to me at all, and I knew that. I've been like that. I've been in this vessel my whole life, y'all. I already knew it. Like, God would put stumbling blocks in your way, and you would think it's the devil. So you busy fighting. You ain't even really fighting with these people. You're enjoying these people company. But while they cipher your energy like succubus and incubus do, you waste the time. Before you know it, you done wasted so much time to get to me, you start to make excuses of why you didn't get to me and why you're not coming to me. And then, to you, in your mind, they start to be relevant excuses. And then you get with these people that make up the same, that's always talked about me bad anyway. And there you go. See how the devil works? So it really, you can't really call, I mean, once you realize the energy, you can say they were demons, but until you realize the enemy, the energy, you your own demon. You allow that demon to possess you. You allow the demon to control you. You allow the demon to take hold of you. You allow the demon to work through you. You done it to yourself. You sure did. That's how that worked, y'all. You wasn't gonna get to me. God wasn't gonna allow you to get to me. Like right now, if you sitting on a stadium watching me, you still can't get to me though. You see what I'm saying? You see how that works? You still can't get to me regardless. That's the way it works. Y'all gonna have to be cleansed and clean inside out. You can't get to me. Even if this was a TV show, you still unable to get to me. When the time do come for you to get to me, let me show you how this works. You gonna be cleansed internally. You gonna have the right agenda when you get to me. It don't really even matter who you dealing with and who you sleeping with. It just matter about your agenda towards me. And are you dealing with people who don't like me? And any energy that's like me. That's the way that works. But I always knew all the chosen, the 144,000, is a resting place for the Creator. So you need to keep your temple clean. Even if this was a TV show, like I said, even if this was a movie, I wouldn't be able to explain this in such detail. Even if you would claim that I'm using the app, I can't be using the app in such detail. I would have had to live this to be able to explain it with such detail. See what I'm saying? That's the way it works, y'all. That's the way it works. I always been like this. So it's like you keep yourself, and like I said, the people who had wrong intentions towards me and wrong agendas toward me, let's say they did get money. Let's say they did get caught in the house. They don't look like they did 5 years ago. They was absolutely gorgeous 5 years ago. You see what I'm saying? Why gain the whole world and lose your soul? Once you lose your soul, you start to decompose. Nobody is working through you anymore. Your ancestors is no longer building on you anymore. They taking you apart, decomposing in the worst way, congruism in the worst way. They changing up things in the worst way in you. They taking all that good out of you. They taking that good creativity out of you and giving it to somebody who would use that for the right reason. They taking that good out of you. They're like my music. People want me to do beats, make good beats. Work on them beats out there. and you'll get good music. So let's hop, hop, chop, chop. Let's get to the beats. And you saying, oh, you can make it to any beat. That destroys creativity. You see how everything got to work in perfect synchronicity? You want me to make great on something that ain't great, which what is going to cipher my energy in such a way to where I do not want to create or make great. You need the great so you can emulate, right? You need to keep the beats coming. Help me help you. At least I know that you're stealing from me, taking from me. And not only are you stealing and taking from me, you taking from me and God. The least you could do is go put some work in. Hop, hop. Hop, hop. Let's get to work. Go make some great beats. And this time, try putting your soul into it. Because them flatline beats ain't working. See how that work? I told y'all I'm a businessman. I do this for real. Y'all sitting there, oh, he lame, he just, no, you lame. And you everything that you say I am, because you can't get nothing done without using somebody like me. You shouldn't even fish your mouth to even call a person like me lame. If you was smart, even if you was stealing my stuff and emulating from me, you wouldn't let nobody destroy me because you need me. You get what I'm saying? If you was a merchant over a business, you not gonna destroy your customers. And that's what y'all been doing, destroying your customers. I hear people all the time back in the studio, I make somebody music for them, but not better than mine. I will. If you can make something better than me, I'm gonna give you all the credibility you need to be better than me. Ain't no challenge. Ain't no challenge with no competition. You can't challenge no competition. Y'all just don't tell that. I can tell you everything. You still won't be as good as me. I'm that comfortable in me, by the grace of God. I wouldn't be in no business to emulate nobody. That's just me. I mean, unless I'm the trendsetter and you just setting the trend for me, that's understandable. And then I would soon expect to be getting my partial of the money real soon. Told y'all I'm business oriented. I'm a straight up born bona fide merchant. And real good merchants don't play. Not with their business. That's the same thing I said about lovers. I seen too many merchants who had a business, who had a great business. Too many merchants. And like I said, you got a family at home. You done got used to your wife. You done got used to your family. You don't want to spend time with your family at home. Now you're starting to lust to think about other people, other women, or other men. But for some apparent reason, you got your nice car, you get in your nice car, you go out and you drive, you take a drive, you even go out by yourself. Nobody wants you though. You can't find nobody to want you all of a sudden. Unless they know you and they got plans and they plotted on, they got bad agendas towards you. But you notice that all of a sudden. But for some apparent reason, when you go to your place of business, it don't matter if you working in a factory or you own real estate. When you go to your customer, some apparent reason, this customer looking very sexy and this customer wants you all of a sudden. This customer love you all of a sudden. And instead of you actually using your merchant brain, and you know that's what it is, and saying to yourself, they want a tax cut, and they want to take off some money off the top, they want to take, a little off the top, and all they got to do is take off their top. And all they got to do is take off their top. You ain't looking at that, though. That ain't even registered. That ain't registered at all. You ain't thinking about that. You just see this sexy woman, and you saying to yourself, yeah, I've been looking for somebody. I've been getting tired of my wife and my family. You done been to the bar. You rich as hell. You got all the money you need. You done went out on the weekend without your family. And your wife even understood that you needed a break and gave you the break. And you still couldn't find nobody to want you. But for some apparent reason, you go into your place of business and this woman wants you. And instead of your little peanut brain saying, and talking to the merchant inside of you saying they just want a tax cut, they want a break on how much they gonna have to pay you, you take it upon yourself to think they actually want you. So you manipulate your own mind. It ain't a demon around you to manipulate your mind. It's you manipulating your mind. So you basically just took out of the divine, you just took the divine out of your mind and put the devil into your mind. And now that the devil is into your mind, the devil is driving. No longer is the divine driving. Now your business all of a sudden taking a turn for the worse. You don't know why your business taking a turn for the worse. You reeing up like you supposed to. Your money, you did exactly what you normally do with your money. You moved exactly how you normally move. Your blueprint is perfect. Always have been perfected. You never knew, you never had a problem with income. You never had a problem with your resources. But as soon as you swap DNA with this demon that you put in the bed with you, you ain't thinking about that though. That's too far-fetched. That's just like air. You can breathe it, but you don't believe in it. So that's the way that goes. So now your business taking a turn for the worse. Now you lose a customer. Now your employees got to take a pay cut. And you still sleeping in the bed with this demon. That's why you shouldn't miss business with pleasure. That was a simple sign from God when I told you that sweet line between you and your family, when your wife gave you a break and said, okay, take that weekend away from the family. Maybe you need a break. She didn't even give you an arc. She probably even knew you were gonna cheat. But for some apparent reason, you couldn't find nobody to cheat with unless you bought you somebody. And you didn't want to do that because you felt like that was beneath you. But how is that any different from sleeping with a customer or sleeping with an employee? Sleeping with an employee, no, the employee don't deserve the pay raise, but since they slept with you and now they probably got you blackmailed, you're gonna keep raising them to the top and find those who work with you to get you that job. Find those who work with you to build that empire or that business for this slob, for this succubus slash incubus. You had a foundation built, a multi-million-dollar foundation, a multi-billion-dollar business. And all it took was one woman that had little or no education to destroy it all. All she had to do was walk in there with a beautiful body to take it all. Same vice versa. You just put the energy where it fit. You get what I'm saying? Stop missing business with pleasure. So now let's look at God. Where was God in all this? You over there, God didn't do nothing. You ejected God when you slept with the demon. You ejected God when you kissed the devil. You ejected God when you shook hands with the devil. You ejected God then. Now let me show you what God was. God was when you took that weekend off and you didn't find no woman. But since you stayed it on your heart and since you kept it in your mind, you went on ahead and manifested what you thought you wanted. So by the time they gave you a break on the weekend, God gave you a break on the weekend, God was there because God did not give you the woman. You had a wife, you had a family. You didn't need a woman. But since you manifested it, you took that time out. You still didn't go home to your wife. You took that time out to manifest a woman. So you ejected God. Satan came in and gave you one at your job. And this individual that Satan gave you, this individual job was not to sleep with you and have sex with you and just blow your mind. That was just the icing on the cake. This individual was to bring complete evil and turmoil to your place of business and destroy everything that God helped you build or built for you. And this goes for the women too. I'm telling y'all, it's like this. Think about it. I can prove it. How many of y'all say, What was all these women or what was all these men at before I got married? What was all these women and what was all these men at before I got into a relationship? There you go. Confirmation.